Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for hanging out with me again. I'm very pumped that you're here. I am sitting in a random corner in my beauty room because I was trying to declutter and clean out some of my makeup drawers that is long overdue. And I thought, you know what, let me grab the camera and record a very quick tutorial on how to color correct your under eyes. In my last video, I was so excited about the new e.l.f. color correctors. I picked up the orange color and I feel like it's been a game changer for my under eyes. Over on Instagram, I had a few of you guys asking about color correcting, so I thought I would just share a very beginner-friendly tutorial on how to color correct with an orange color corrector. I am going to very briefly explain to you guys the different colors and what they do, but I'm specifically going to be talking about the orange one because one, that's what I got, and two, I am a medium to deeper skin tone, and so orange for me is the one that I need to use. So if you are interested in learning about color correcting, maybe you feel like it's something that you want to explore and dabble into, but maybe you're kind of nervous about having such bright pigment on your face, don't worry, I got you. I'm going to explain how to do it, how to go about it, and hopefully this will add value to you. So don't forget to subscribe. Let me know if you are into color correcting, if you use it, if you do it, do you see a difference? And yeah, I'm very excited to share this with you guys. I'm going to try to make this very, very quick. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, let's get straight into the video. Okay, you guys, so first thing is first, before we get into any makeup, whether this is color correcting, whether this is just regular makeup, skincare is everything, okay? If you are not prepping your skin with a good skincare routine, it doesn't really matter. Your makeup won't do what you want it to do. So make sure you are starting with a cleansed face and a hydrated face. I am just putting on some serums, and since we're talking mostly about the under eye area, I want to make sure that my under eyes are very well hydrated. Going in with a little bit of the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright eye cream. I like this cream so much because it does a great job at hydrating under the eyes, giving a little bit of that brightness, which is going to help so much if you are wanting to have some brighter under eyes. I love Ole Henriksen. I also like Drunk Elephant quite a bit, but Ole Henriksen is just so good. Okay, so specifically, like I mentioned, I'm going to be talking and showing you guys how I apply my orange color corrector, but you've probably noticed that there are a few different colors and you're probably trying to figure out which one do you need to use. Okay, so I've never actually had to use color corrector before. I didn't feel like I needed it, but as I've gotten a little bit older, and I think honestly just stress, not sleeping as great, just being tired, sometimes changes in my hormones and stuff like that, and obviously genetics play a big factor on your under eyes, and so there's a lot to take into consideration. This is not a blanket statement video. You really have to understand your skin tone and take all that into consideration when choosing a color corrector. But in general, there's different colors that do different things and target different needs, right? And so you might see a blue one, and a blue color corrector is really going to help, or even a blue pigment, it's going to help neutralize. So any kind of like hyperpigmentation, even like a blue pigment, sometimes I will use a blue pigment to help neutralize a foundation. So blue is really good for neutralizing. Then you might see a purple, okay? So purple, I'm going to put a picture right here of a color wheel. If you Google color correctors, you might see a lot of these color wheels. And so on the color wheel, like you can see, the purple, directly across the purple is the yellow. So purple will cancel out and neutralize yellowness. Then you might see green. So green is really good. You'll see a lot of people adding green, mostly like to this area around their nose. Green is going to neutralize and cancel out any redness that you have. So some people that have like rosacea, I'm not familiar with rosacea, but a lot of people who I know have rosacea, they might add some green color corrector on their face, on their chin, around their nose, and so that green pigment is going to cancel out the red. And then you have yellow. So yellow is going to cancel out purple. So I thought for a long time yellow was what I needed. Actually, I would use yellow underneath my eyes and I felt like it did a good job, but for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just a change in hormones or just being extra tired and stressed, I've noticed that my under eyes are so purple to the, like, they're so dark. I mean, it's really hard to pick up on camera, but in real life, they are just really yellow, almost gray, okay? So they kind of are sunken in. If you have like obvious purple under eyes or even veins showing, you might go for a yellow, whereas mine are just dark and like I said, almost gray. So for me, I really need an orange. But if you have like very obvious purple, yellow might be good for you. And then there's peach. So peach, now we're talking about undertones. Peach is gonna be for somebody who has dark circles, but maybe is more on the fair side. So maybe you're a little bit more fair than I am. Going in with a peach is gonna help those dark circles. Going in with a peach is gonna do the same job as an orange, but it's gonna be less pigmented, less harsh of an orange than maybe going in with something like I'm gonna show you today. And then of course there is orange, which I'm gonna show you today. If you are medium skin tone to dark skin tone and you have really dark circles or dark spots on your face, going in with an orange is what you need. So that is just the very like basics of color correcting. I hope that helped you, but I wanted to show you how I go about color correcting, okay? So you have to remember every layer on your skin is going to affect your skin, right? And so I just went in with moisturizer, I went in with my serums. Those are layers. Yes, they penetrated into the skin, but they are layers of product on my skin. I don't typically anymore put primer underneath my eyes. I don't feel like I need and want any more product buildup on this very thin skin of my eye. So now that I am color correcting, I don't go in with primer under my eye. So I just want to make that clear in case you have questions, because you will see me using primer later. I avoid foundation under my eyes and I avoid primer now under my eyes. I simply go in with a color corrector and a concealer, okay? So this might scare you if you're new. There are so many brands that have color correctors. I know Makeup Forever makes some really good ones. I was so pleasantly surprised with the formula of this e.l.f. color corrector. You'll notice on their website, I think there's 5. There's a blue, there's a green, there's a peach, there's a yellow, and then there's an orange, okay? I also have a lot of hyperpigmentation around my chin area. What I have found with playing with this is I will go in on those dark spots only, okay? And so I have some dark spots here. I have dark spots, especially in the corner of my eye. And with a color corrector, you want it to be opaque. You want a color corrector that is going to be pigmented. You want it to cancel out the darkness. So don't get scared of how bright or how orange it is. You want it to be pigmented. Once you put the concealer on, it will completely vanish, and I'm gonna show you. I also have darkness on my lids. I'm gonna start with my eyes first. Now, I've noticed that going in just with the wand is good, but I really want that product to warm up to my skin. So I'm gonna blend it in with my finger, and I'm really just very lightly pressing that product in. I'm not trying to pick it up too much. I really just wanna buff out those edges. You can use a sponge if you like, but I have found going in with my finger warms that product up and it helps melt into the skin. I know this looks scary. If you're not used to it, this is really intimidating, but I promise once you blend it out and you just follow this tutorial, you're gonna notice such a difference. Now again, if you are more fair than I am and you have really dark under eyes, try exploring with a peach first. If you feel like you are still seeing those dark spots. You know what I should have done, you guys? I should have gone with one eye without the color corrector and one eye with. Dang it. I'll have to do that next time. But if you are more fair, try going in with a peach. Okay, I also, like I said, have some darkness over here and right over here. So I'm gonna blend that in with my finger. So now what we're gonna do, and this works best when you are color correcting, you guys, going in with an underpainting technique and method is gonna be your best friend. And if you need a tutorial on how to go about underpainting, you can find that video in the description. I walk you through how to go about underpainting. If you are going in with a very light coverage concealer, you may run into a problem. You might have to layer it up. Concealer is meant to conceal, right? But because you do have this really orange under eye, you want to choose a concealer that is on the opaque side too. So you're going to have to figure out a good balance with concealer and color correcting, but make sure that when you're putting on a concealer now, that you choose a concealer that is going to be just as full coverage to conceal that. So let me show you what I do. I'm going to go in with my NYX Bare With Me Serum Concealer. When you're putting on your concealer, you are not changing your technique. I know it's a lot of area that has orange, but you don't need to cover up and feel like you need to add more concealer now. Your concealer will blend over top of this, okay? So don't add more, just continue with your normal, regular concealer routine, okay? So I'm just gonna go in with my regular amount. I add it there, I add it there. You're really gonna have to like train yourself not to look at all of this orange and just trust the process. I am gonna go in with a damp sponge now and blend that out just like normal, and I am not swiping. I am just buffing and bouncing my sponge onto my face. I mean, you can already see that it did a good job covering that up. If you need to add a little bit more, go for it. I added a little bit more to the top of my lids, which acts as a primer. But you can already see, you guys, like the concealer, it completely got rid of that orange. So my under eyes, I mean, you cannot see that darkness. It looks so much brighter than if I were to just go in with concealer under my eyes. I feel like this does such a good job at hiding those dark spots. All right, now what I'm gonna do is just continue on with my regular makeup routine and continue the process of underpainting at this point. So I am gonna go in with the J-Cat, I talked about this in my last video, the J-Cat Master Palette. I'm gonna start sculpting my face a little bit, adding dimension. Today I'm gonna go in with an old favorite, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus in Dewy. I am in the shade Caramel, and I love this foundation. I just think it is so good. I'm gonna add a few dots and then just go in with my sponge and just blend everything together. I love this foundation so much, you guys. And now that I feel like all of my creams are done, it is time to set the whole face. This is all the same technique. I'm just gonna make sure now that we have all of this product under our eyes, we do a good job at getting rid of anything that has settled into those fine lines, smooth them out before you go in with your powder. And then just press that in. Make sure you set the top of your lid as well. And then now going in with my pressed powder from Wet n Wild. This is the Bare Focus Clarifying Finishing Powder, and I am in the shade Medium 10. And just on a little brush, just sweeping the under eye. I like going in with a pressed powder that is more closer to my skin tone. So you guys, my under eyes now, I don't feel like I have any of that darkness poking through. I feel like it did a really good job at hiding those dark spots. So let me finish up my whole face and then I'll show you guys the completed result. Okay, we are done. I just want to add a little bit of highlighter down the bridge of my nose. This might be too much. This is the whole completed look. My eyes are bright now, they are concealed, they are corrected, and I'm really, really enjoying this technique of color correcting. It's been around forever, it's not a new technique, but it's new to me because I've never had to color correct before. And now that I'm dabbling more into it, I am really, really enjoying how my under eyes are looking. Maybe try, before you go in with a bright orange and a dark orange like I did, try with a peach and see if that helps you. Try with a yellow. They're very inexpensive. I want to say these ones from e.l.f., I really like the formula. I think they're like $5, $6 at the most. So it's not going to break the bank. You can explore with the different colors and see how it works for you and get your hands into the color correcting world. And like I said, if you want to explore different brands, I know there are high-end ones that perform fantastic. Charlotte Tilbury has a good one. Like I said, Makeup Forever has good ones, but try getting your hands into the world of color correcting without breaking your bank, without spending too much. Find a technique that works for you. So that is that. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I am really good about making sure that I answer back to people. You can find me on Instagram and send me a DM. But yeah, I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to hang out with me more. I try to upload at least once a week. I hope you're having an amazing day. And don't forget that yes, outward beauty is so fun. Makeup is so fun. It's what's on the inside though that counts the most. If you're pretty on the inside, it just makes you that much more beautiful on the outside. God bless you. I'll see you in my next video.